Hello, welcome to another GoldMine 101, our regular series of short presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of GoldMine CRM. And in this session, I'm going to cover telemarketing scripts. And to my knowledge, no other CRM system out there has got this sort of script feature, this script facility. And it's a really useful way, combined with GoldMine CRM, really useful way to make sure that maybe in a sales or customer support situation, you ask all the right questions in a certain sequence as well, and they're automatically recorded. The answers are recorded in your GoldMine database. So in this session, I will take you through this quite unique feature, how to use it, and just the basics of creating your own script and some tips as well along the way. So hello, I'm Tim Wilmot and our company Wizard Systems. We're a specialist CRM system supplier who help out small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing, and customer service through the use of simple and affordable software solutions like GoldMine. Now, the audio part of this call, those of you on here live, is one way only. Don't worry about any noises your end. If you've got any questions, though, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Probably best to type them in as you think of them rather than waiting towards the end. And also, before I close, I'll give you an update on any GoldMine product news as of April 2025. So just a recap of Wizard Systems. We're a long-standing supplier of GoldMine CRM. We've been implementing and supporting GoldMine for many, many years now. As a leading CRM solutions provider, we do actually offer various different CRM systems, not just GoldMine. And the key benefit we provide as a multi-solution provider, providing different solutions, is the ability to match different businesses, different organizations to the ideal system based on their size, their budget, their industry, and their specific requirements. So we've got experience across major CRM solutions, and we've got the know-how to guide you, our customers, through selecting the best software and customizing it to make sure you get the most out of it. But as regards GoldMine, we're a one-stop shop. We provide everything that you need, any kind of implementation, support, training, the product, upgrades, ongoing help desk support as well. We're in it together, and we want to make sure you get the most out of GoldMine. Right then, let's dive into scripting in GoldMine. So you may not have seen the scripting interface before. I've got it along on the right-hand side of my GoldMine desktop, and here is a contact record. Imagine this is a customer I'm about to call or a prospect I'm about to call. To get to the scripts feature, you go to your go-to menu, and there's scripts. So you can have more than one script. This little drop-down list at the top there allows me to select other scripts, and basically to run them, to launch them, to kick them into action, you just double click on this lower window here, following the questions it gives you. So you can actually provide, whoever's creating these scripts can provide a logical question to the user so they know what this question is all about. And these questions also can update fields in the database. So in my example GoldMine system here, I've got a field in my database called interest, maybe tracking what products or areas they're interested in. And down here on the bottom right-hand corner, I've got use now. What do they use now? Right, so back to the script then. Excuse the very basic examples here. But first question, what areas, I might ask this of the customer or the prospect, what areas are you interested in? And I will select the relevant option. I then go to question number 2. What products do you have right now? Again, I could have provided a more detailed background information on that question. Select that. And then question number 3, what are the other competitors that you're looking at? So I might say that one there. At the end of my script, so that script was just 3 questions, there's three steps to it. I then can save the information, I can review that. There we are, there's the questions I asked, there's the answers I gave. But basically, I click OK, job done. Notice that the interest field has been automatically updated. The use now field has been automatically updated. And if I click on the history tab, there, against my history, if I record it, will be the actual qualification questions in. So if I just double click there we are, and just maximize this, there is the answers that I gave, all automatically stored as an activity record in GoldMine that you could report on. How do you create your own scripts then? Quite straightforward. Go to this maintain database scripts here. You could click on the new button to create your own script. If I just edit this one, you'll get the idea of the basic components of a script. So here is a script called customer call, support call, service call, whatever. If I click on the edit button here, this then shows, it's rather like a little program, one step running after another. So if you see down the left-hand side, all the question numbers there and the questions, the title of those questions as well. So this is a slightly different script, got a few more questions on this one. But the first question is, what are the issues? What are the problems? So I just edit that one, just give you an idea of the structure of these questions. So right-hand side, there's my question number again, number 10. Also, I'm going to be updating a field in the database as well. So there's all the list of the fields in your GoldMine system that you could update with a user providing a response to this question. So we got the question there, all right. And then in the notes box, we've got that more detailed information. If you just want to help the users, particularly if you've got any new starters, anybody new to this, maybe they don't know exactly what the importance is of this question, that could provide them a little bit of extra help. And then the one or many, in this lower window, the one or many responses here. I've only got one response. This is actually going to allow me to manually type in, rather than a drop-down list, manually type in what the issues are based on whatever the customer tells me. So I'll just click on edit there. And this is the final bit of it really. So this is the answer, number 10, within this question. I could have multiple ones. I've only got one here. You can actually have up to 99, I believe. And then once we have answered this, this is going to take the user to number 20, and we're going to prompt for a response there. So I just click OK, and then number 20 in this example, this is the second question. What version are you running? Edit that one. Again, similar thing there. The second question, and so on. So a really simple way of setting up your scripts from start to finish, and certainly very useful if you have salespeople there, or you have a need to ask questions in a certain sequence. A really useful capability and quite unique thing within GoldMine as well. So it's really useful to make sure that you've got some kind of structure to, well, if you're using this for lead qualification, for example, in my very silly simple example, that sort of branching script allows you to logically answer things in a certain sequence. It's going to also help you with consistent messaging. So these pre-written scripts, obviously the benefit of is that we're all saying the same thing. We're all asking the same questions, and hopefully with some kind of sort of professional tone to the proceeding as well. Definitely useful for any new users or maybe more junior people, and reduces the risk of missing maybe some key points in your questioning technique. It's going to enhance productivity as well. I bet if you have a script, it's going to help you get through more calls in a certain number of days. You can shorten your call times as well. Really, really useful. Could be also handy for training new sales teams as well, to any sort of onboarding process you've got. Reduce that training time by, providing that sort of clear guidance there of these different interactions, these different scripts. And also, we can assist by using these scripts. We're helping with performance tracking, because this information is written to the database. So anything that's written to the database, anything that's recorded in the GoldMine database, we can report on it. We can create dashboards on that information. So a number of really strong, useful benefits there. Great for, certainly great for new users or any inexperienced users. I would say if you are going to have a little dabble with scripts, then maybe write them out first of all, or put them into an Excel spreadsheet. Notice my question numbers started 10, 20, 30. Good idea to space them out as well, just in case you think of any new things to insert them in a sequence, rather than having to kind of re-edit all of the sequence numbers if you don't have any space, if you see what I mean. And I suppose the third thing might be nothing to do really with GoldMine, but to maybe do a little bit of role playing with it, just to make sure that the script sounds sort of casual and non-formal, whatever the style is that you want. So give it a practice internally with your colleagues. Right. So any questions? Justin or Justine, what are the best practices for handling objections using telemarketing scripts in GoldMine? Well, so that might be the idea of the notes box. That's where you could put in quite a lot of information as regards maybe any potential objection to the question you ask. So if in a sales situation, if there was a kind of negative response, maybe there might be an alternate way of handling that. Or you use the prompts as well to branch off in your script. You need to give a bit of thought, you need to give a bit of planning. But maybe you could use that branching feature rather than just going step 1, step 2, step 3. Maybe at step 2, you hit this objection, so you need to go to step 2.5 before you go to number 3, if you see what I mean. So a couple of ways there of doing that. Eric, how can we ensure our telemarketing scripts are customized to different industries or customer segments? Well, there's nothing automatic is going to happen. So if you've got a platinum customer that you're calling, or this client is interested in product X, you can't get GoldMine to automatically run the product X script or the platinum customer script. It would be down to the description of the script. So whereas I had customer call or qualification questions, I think it might need a little bit of training, really, to make sure that the user selects the right script for the right client. Right, I think we've got one more question from Jane. Can you launch automatically, say, when you start the timer? Yes, so there is the timer in GoldMine, which just sort of times some kind of activity to log that against the client record. No, you could put a script button on your toolbar, and there is a macro feature in GoldMine which may or may not work for you, and that's where, again, you can again, you can put a button on the user's toolbar at the top of their screen. And when they click on that, it will carry out a sequence of actions, bang, 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 one at a time. Just thinking about automated process. No, I don't think automated processes will run a script automatically. Yeah, so it might be a little bit of, again, a bit like Eric's question, a bit of sort of manual, a bit of training and a little manual exercise to make sure that in the right step of the sales process, you're clicking on that button to launch that script. Right. I don't think there's any more questions. Thanks very much, the three of you, for that. Okay, latest news then, April 2025. We are on currently the release 2024.4 of GoldMine. 2025 is in the wings, going through beta testing at the moment. So we will let our customers know and we'll feature it in future GoldMine 101s. Make sure you're on a maintenance contract to get access to these upgrades, and the upgrades can be very easily implemented by yourselves, or we do offer an installation service as well for that. Now, have you been using GoldMine for some time? Do you fancy a CRM review with us? So normally we do these with our clients. We try to do them on a regular basis, maybe once a year, because clients are always changing their needs and the way they use CRM. And if you think you could benefit from that, we don't make a charge for this, but we normally do this for an online call with you, Zoom or Teams, at a time to suit you, and try and get to the bottom of how you're using GoldMine, and then come up with a plan 6 months, 12 months ahead, making sure you're making the most out of GoldMine. And if we don't think GoldMine's still doing the numbers for you, then we've got other solutions that we can upgrade you to as well here at Wizard Systems. Right, well, thanks very much, those of you on here live, for sticking through to the end. This will be up on our YouTube channel as well. But if you've got any ideas for future topics like this that you think would be of interest to other GoldMine users out there, then please drop us a line at Wizard Systems. Be happy to consider that. We normally do these on a fairly regular basis, every 2 or 3 weeks or so, on different GoldMine topics. But thanks very much for your interest. Thanks for your support of GoldMine, and we will catch up with you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.